Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. What's up, call me? And yeah, so in this video we're going to be talking about Sony buying Bungie, but not exactly like, in a news reporting way, but we're going to do more of a comparison between, Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard and Sony buying Bungie. I'm doing this comparison because, everybody is arguing saying, oh, Bungie, Microsoft's doing, monopoly over here. But then people are saying, but what about, PlayStation buying Bungie? Isn't that a monopoly? So I think in my last video where I talked about Xbox acquiring Activision Blizzard, I was saying like, oh, this is looking like a monopoly, Xbox buying off Activision and Blizzard, and also, they bought Bethesda. Ooh, this is looking, no, that was a over-exaggerated statement, but there is some truth with that, because, so, the problem is that, Activision and Blizzard and Bethesda, they're not studios, they're publishers. They're publishers that own studios, own more than one studio. So when Sony buys Bungie, they just have Bungie. That's it. When Sony buys Insomniac, they just bought Insomniac. Now, when Xbox buys Bethesda, that means they own id Software, ZeniMax, Arcane, Machine Game, Tango Gamework, Alpha Dog, and Roundhouse Studios, and probably even more. Same thing with Activision. When they buy Activision, that means they own Blizzard, King, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Radical Entertainment, Bubble, I think that's a studio, High Moon Studio, and Digital Entertainment. So, the problem is that, Microsoft isn't buying a single company, a single studio. This is an entity. This is a company that owns other companies. Now, I say monopoly because, that's what it is, but technically it's an oligarchy. That means companies owning, several smaller companies, but, it's owned by one company. So basically, oligarchy is just, the illusion of competition. At the end of the day, it's just a monopoly. Now, I'm not saying that Xbox is the monopoly. Not yet. But it's most likely going to be because, there's still more news that Xbox is not even done with buying shit. So they might do another big acquisition. Now, the reason why a monopoly or an oligarchy would be bad is because less competition. If a company is the majority of the industry, then it's not going to try. It's not going to try innovating or, try something exciting or new to get more customers in because who are you going to go? It's only us and smaller other companies we might buy eventually just so we can kill them off and shorten the competition. I'm only afraid because it's coming from Xbox, and Xbox have low standards of how their games come out. Like, remember Sea of Thieves when that came out? Like, at first, it was just bare bones. It's just, oh, you just, sail the seas, you go to this island, do whatever quest it is, come back, and there you go. That was it. That was the game. But it took, like, I don't know how long, but maybe a year until they put more stuff to do, like, content. They got updates, they got events. You can finally work for something like, cosmetics. Yeah, but for the first year, it was just nothing. That's was one of the examples. Another example is Halo Infinite. Remember that? That game was supposed to come out 2020 when the Xbox came out. But when we saw that shit in E3, where everybody was like, no, why? Why are you giving us this? Xbox was willing to send Halo looking like this. And I remember Xbox fanboys was defending this shit. It was like, are you fucking, are you kidding me? This shit looks awful. And some of them are just like, no, it looks fine. What are you guys talking about? Like, a lot of them, their combat was like, oh, well, Halo was never a game that's about graphic. It's like, what the fuck? No, it's about art style, and the art style was great. This one, there was no detail in that game. Now, I know Sea of Thieves is a live service game, but this would apply with any other live service game. Everybody would have the same energy. It's like, where the fuck's the content? What, next year? What the fuck? No, we're gonna roast you guys. We're gonna make fun of you guys. Now, I'm gonna sound like a fanboy, but I don't care. But look at every game Xbox put out. They're all just mid, except for, some other games like, Gears and Forza. But, every other game Xbox makes, they're just not appealing. So Xbox, in my personal opinion, just don't put out any good games, other than, the few. But yeah, so that's why I'm afraid that all of these publishers that were bought by Xbox won't put the effort to make these games good. Now, I'm probably most likely wrong about that, but there is a little bit of that fear because, Xbox, I can't believe this, ever since the Game Pass came out, they've put less effort into making quality games. Like Game Pass, $15 a month for, like hundreds of games, that's a good deal. But the thing of having that type of service like a Netflix, you have to give content. Like you gotta feed Game Pass with content because that's how it succeeds. Just like how Netflix, is like, we just make our own content and just, give it to people. So for making games and movies, they're really different, all right? With movies, it's like, all right, you fuck up. Maybe we can edit to make it better, but somehow Netflix still fucks it up. But with games, it's like, oh, Jesus, we messed up. It's going to take months to fix this. Fuck it, just give it a Game Pass. Like, remember Rainbow Six Siege Extraction? No one gave a shit about that game. And Ubisoft knew that. So they were like, you know what, just give it a Game Pass. Let's make the money that we probably wouldn't make for just selling it to people for $40. So, yeah, maybe these publishers, they would put the same effort and think that way too. But most likely they won't. Because here was the major problem and why, Activision and Blizzard and Bethesda have been making shitty games. It is because of money. And for Activision, it's because of money, and, their boss was greedy and a piece of shit. Like, look at Bethesda. Bethesda is known for making open-world campaigns. But if you've seen Bethesda before they were bought out, they were going to a route where it was like, let's make games similar to, like, Youngblood and Fallout 76. The type of games that could print out money. Like, they were going a route where it was like, oh, let's try to sell, like, microtransactions as a thing. Let's, sell mods. The shit that was basically free back then, now people got to pay for it. But with the Xbox acquisition, now they don't have to, worry about, all right, we got to make enough money to keep the company alive. Now it's just, we got to make games for Game Pass, or we got to make games for Xbox. Same thing with Activision and Blizzard. Like, now we're hearing that, Call of Duty might not be an annual thing. The reason why it was annual is because it kept the company alive, and also, the people were greedy. So, yeah, now that they're bought by Xbox, now they don't have to do that. And now a lot of these developers, a lot of them, the Call of Duty developers like, Raven Software, Sledgehammer Games, now they don't have to make a Call of Duty game. They can make whatever they want. Again, my problem with Xbox acquiring, all these companies is because maybe they will put less effort. That's my biggest problem. But after maybe a week of, headlines talking about, oh, now these developers can create games however they want, or, the quality they want, I think the Xbox acquirement is actually a good thing in gaming. Mainly because of the head of Xbox, and that's Phil Spencer. Now, here's one thing I will praise about Xbox, and that is that Phil Spencer is a kind businessman. Like, remember the previous Xbox heads? They were, businessmen, all right? But Phil Spencer is just different. And that's because Phil Spencer is an actual gamer. He is one of us. The way he sees gaming is more of an art form than a business. Now, yes, he is a businessman, and yes, he wants to make money, but the way he sees gaming is way further than anybody is anticipating. Like, a lot of people, they're still, thinking, oh, the console war and shit. Like, they don't view PlayStation as a competition no more. That type of thinking is probably going to be irrelevant, probably maybe somewhere around 10 years from now. Because 10 years from now, cloud gaming is going to become a thing. And consoles might just become irrelevant. Maybe they'll still make consoles, but, it's probably not going to be the same as we have it right now, the traditional way. But, like, cloud gaming is going to become a thing. And these companies like Google, Facebook, and Amazon, yeah, sure, right now we're laughing at them like, oh, they're fucking up, they're tripping and falling, oh, Stadia didn't turn out how we wanted it to be. Yeah, sure, right now, they're a laughing stock. But maybe give it 10 years, they might get it right. Now, I don't think when Xbox said, PlayStation isn't our competition, I think they meant, like, oh, PlayStation is not a threat to us. It's these companies that are. I think a lot of people, especially fanboys, have to realize that, this console war shit, it doesn't really matter. I think what really matters is, it's not Xbox versus PlayStation. It's Xbox and PlayStation versus Amazon, Google, and Facebook. Like, I have a bad feeling with those companies. Like, I have a feeling that these companies are the companies that would sell NFTs, like that type of shit. They would push games to have more microtransactions, or push more live service games. Like, these are the type of companies that I have a feeling that they'll buy a developer team and then destroy it as soon as they don't see the results. Gaming is now becoming way more popular, and now companies are noticing that, oh shit, this industry makes a lot of money. Oh man, like, I don't think they're gonna care if, oh, we lose a lot of money, but Jesus Christ, do you see the potential of this? I don't give a shit if we're losing billions. We gotta get into this industry. So yeah, those are my opinions, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me Twitch, Twitter, Twitch, and Twitter. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you later. Bye.